It was a chilly evening when Lily walked up the stairs to her small apartment. She was tired after a long day at work, her bag heavy with groceries, and her only thought was to change into comfortable clothes and relax. Just as she reached her door, something unusual caught her eye. A neatly wrapped box sat right in front of it. Huh, Lily said aloud, bending down to pick it up. The box was small but elegant. It was wrapped in shiny white paper with a gold ribbon tied in a perfect bow. On top was a folded note. Lily put the groceries down and opened the note. May the magic of this perfume bring you the attention you deserve. She read it twice, her curiosity growing. She looked up and down the hallway, but it was empty. She glanced toward the security cameras in the corner. Maybe they caught whoever had left it? But right now, she was more curious than suspicious. Lily carried the box inside and set it on her small coffee table. Her apartment was cozy, filled with warm yellow lights and soft throw blankets. She dropped her bag of groceries on the kitchen counter and returned to the box. Carefully, she untied the ribbon and peeled back the paper. Inside was a beautiful perfume bottle. Wow, she whispered, lifting it up. The bottle was made of crystal and shone under the light. It had a golden spray nozzle that sparkled as if it were real gold. The liquid inside shimmered faintly, glowing in a way that seemed almost magical. Lily turned it over, looking for a brand or logo, but there was nothing. It was completely plain except for its breathtaking design. Who would send me this? She wondered aloud. Her first thought was her boyfriend, Mark. Maybe he'd finally decided to surprise her with a gift. Or perhaps it was a secret admirer. She felt a warm blush on her cheeks at the thought. Shrugging, she decided to try it. With a soft press of the nozzle, Lily sprayed a small amount on her neck. The scent hit her instantly. It was beautiful, a rich, warm blend of jasmine and sandalwood that made her feel like she was walking through a magical garden. She closed her eyes and took a deep breath. It was the most enchanting perfume she had ever smelled. She smiled, feeling a little lighter, a little more special. Maybe today wasn't so bad after all, she said with a small laugh. Setting the bottle on her nightstand, she brushed her teeth and got ready for bed. But as she lay under the covers, the question lingered in her mind. Who sent it? And why? The next morning, Lily woke up with a strange feeling. Something was wrong. She sat up in bed and immediately wrinkled her nose. What is that? She said, frowning. There was a terrible smell in the air. It was sour and sharp, like something had gone bad. Lily got out of bed and sniffed around her room, trying to find the source. At first, she thought it might be the trash can, but when she checked, it was empty. She opened the windows, hoping fresh air would help, but the smell didn't go away. That's when she realized the smell wasn't coming from the apartment. It was coming from her. No way, she whispered, horrified. Lily rushed to the bathroom and sniffed her arm. The terrible smell was stronger. It was like something rotten was clinging to her skin. Panicking, she turned on the shower and grabbed the strongest soap she could find. She scrubbed herself from head to toe, the hot water nearly scalding her skin. When she stepped out, she felt a little calmer. But when she sniffed her arm again, the smell was still there. Her stomach dropped. This can't be real, she muttered. Lily tried again, using different soap, shampoo, and even perfume. But no matter what she did, the horrible smell wouldn't go away. It clung to her, like a shadow she couldn't escape. At work, things got worse. As soon as she entered the office, her co-workers began to react. Do you smell that? One of them whispered. It's like something died, another said. Looking around, Lily kept her head down, pretending not to hear, but the shame burned in her chest. She wanted to explain, but what could she say? She didn't know what was happening either. By lunchtime, the whispers had grown louder. Her supervisor called her into his office, his face lined with concern. Lily, he began, hesitating. Is everything okay? Some of the team members have mentioned a smell. I don't know, Lily stammered, her eyes welling up with tears. I've tried everything, but it won't go away. Her supervisor gave her a sympathetic smile. Maybe you should take the rest of the day off. Get some rest and see if you can figure it out. Lily nodded, too embarrassed to argue. She gathered her things and hurried out of the office, tears streaming down her face. When she got home, she sat on the couch, defeated. The awful smell filled the apartment, surrounding her like a cloud. No matter what she did, it wouldn't leave her. She picked up the mysterious perfume bottle on her nightstand and stared at it. A terrible thought entered her mind. Could it be this? Lily's apartment felt colder than usual that evening, even though the heater hummed softly in the corner. She had sent a desperate text to Mark, her boyfriend, explaining the strange events of the day and begging him to visit. When Mark arrived, Lily opened the door with a mix of hope and dread. She had showered again and sprayed her strongest deodorant, but the smell still clung to her. "Hey," Mark said, stepping inside. The moment he entered, his nose crinkled. He stopped mid-step, his face twisting in disgust. "What is that smell?" he asked, covering his nose. Lily's heart sank. "It's me," she admitted in a small voice. Mark blinked at her, confusion and disbelief flashing across his face. "You? How? What did you do?" His words cut deeper than Lily expected. "I didn't do anything," she snapped, her voice breaking. "It just started this morning. I don't know what's happening." Mark took a cautious step back, his hand still over his nose. "You have to fix this, Lily. It's unbearable." Tears welled up in her eyes. "You think I haven't tried? I've scrubbed myself raw. I don't know what else to do." Mark hesitated, his discomfort clear. "Look, I can't deal with this right now. Maybe you should see a doctor or something." With that, he turned and walked out, leaving Lily standing in the doorway, stunned. She closed the door and leaned against it, her tears falling freely now. The one person she thought would support her had just walked away. Feeling utterly alone, she called her best friend, Amy. Amy arrived within an hour, her worry evident as soon as she stepped inside. "Lily," she said, pulling her into a hug. She froze for a moment, her nose twitching at the smell, but she quickly masked her reaction. "It's okay," Amy said softly, leading Lily to the couch. "Tell me everything." Through her tears, Lily explained how the smell had started that morning and how nothing she did could get rid of it. She showed Amy the perfume bottle, recounting how she'd found it and used it the night before. Amy picked up the bottle, turning it over in her hands. "You think this might be the cause?" "I don't know," Lily admitted. "It's the only thing that's different. But how could perfume cause this?" Amy frowned, deep in thought. "Maybe there's something in it, like a chemical or something weird. Let's get rid of it, just in case." Before Lily could protest, Amy stood and marched to the kitchen. She grabbed a towel, wrapped it around the bottle, and smashed it against the edge of the counter. The sound of shattering glass echoed through the apartment. The golden liquid spilled out, disappearing quickly as it evaporated into the air. "There," Amy said, brushing her hands together. "Now let's see if that helps." Lily wanted to believe it would, but as the hours passed, the smell didn't fade. If anything, it seemed stronger than ever. That night, as Lily lay in bed, she overheard Amy talking on the phone in the living room. "It's working," Amy said quietly, her voice laced with satisfaction. "She's completely falling apart. This will teach her." Lily's blood ran cold. Was Amy behind this? The next morning, Lily could barely look at Amy without suspicion. Her friend's casual smile now seemed fake, her kind words hiding something darker. Over the next few days, Amy stayed by Lily's side, offering support, but her comments began to feel strange. Sometimes, Amy said one afternoon, "You have to lose everything to figure out who really cares about you." Lily's stomach twisted. Was Amy implying something? Finally, unable to keep her thoughts to herself, Lily confronted her. "Did you do this to me?" she blurted out. Amy froze, her face a mix of shock and anger. "What are you talking about?" "You've been acting weird," Lily said, her voice trembling. "I heard you on the phone the other night. You said it's working. What did you mean?" Amy's expression hardened. "I can't believe you're accusing me of this. I've been here for you, Lily, while everyone else abandoned you." Lily's chest tightened with guilt, but the doubt wouldn't go away. "I don't know who to trust anymore." Amy grabbed her coat and headed for the door. "You've made your choice. Good luck figuring this out on your own." The door slammed behind her, leaving Lily alone once again. Desperate for answers, Lily called an old friend, Jake, who had recently reached out after years of silence. When she explained her situation, Jake suggested she visit a local prophet known for helping people with strange problems. Lily was skeptical but had no other options. The prophet lived in a small, dimly lit shop filled with strange objects, crystals, herbs, and candles. The air smelled of incense, a sharp contrast to the stench that clung to Lily. The prophet, a kind-looking older woman named Helen, listened carefully as Lily explained her situation. This curse, Helen said after a long pause, was placed on you by someone close to you, someone who harbors resentment or jealousy. Lily's heart sank. Can you break it? Helen nodded. It will not be easy, but it can be done. The ceremony that followed was intense. Helen burned herbs, chanted softly, and finally handed Lily a cup of bitter liquid. Drink this, Helen instructed. It will purify you. The moment Lily swallowed it, a sharp pain shot through her chest. She doubled over, gasping, as the room spun around her. Then, as suddenly as it began, the pain stopped. Lily sat up, trembling. She sniffed the air cautiously and felt tears of relief stream down her face. The smell was gone. Over the next few weeks, Lily began to rebuild her life. She reconnected with Jake, who had been her rock during the ordeal. Their friendship blossomed into something more, and for the first time in months, Lily felt truly happy. One evening, Jake invited her to his house to meet his mother. While waiting in the living room, Lily noticed a receipt sticking out of a drawer. Curious, she pulled it out and froze. It was for the perfume bottle. Her heart pounded as Jake walked into the room. "Where did this come from?" she demanded, holding up the receipt. Jake's face paled. "Lily, I can explain." "Explain what?" she shouted. Jake took a deep breath. "I sent the perfume. I thought if you felt vulnerable, you'd finally notice me. I didn't mean for it to go this far." Lily stared at him in disbelief. "You cursed me? Just so I'd need you?" "I didn't know it would get this bad," Jake said, reaching for her. "Please, forgive me." But Lily shook her head, stepping back. "You betrayed me. We're done." Lily left Jake's house, her heart shattered. She felt anger, sadness, and relief all at once. Over the following weeks, she focused on healing. She reached out to Amy, apologizing for accusing her. To Lily's surprise, Amy forgave her without hesitation. "I know what it's like to feel lost," Amy said. "I'm just glad you're okay now." Together, they rebuilt their friendship, and Lily began to find peace. Though the experience had left scars, Lily promised herself one thing. She would never let anyone dim her light again.